The new electric Toyota Corolla has just gone on sale. It's called the BZ3. It's basically manufactured by BYD, and Toyota are offering you a lifetime of free service if you buy their car. In fact, not only that, they'll also give you a discount. Hello, my friends, and welcome to the channel. I'm the Electric Viking. Great to see you. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe, hit that icon, notification bell, to get more updates about electric cars and to find out what's really going on in the car industry. Basically, I just tell it how it is. And how it is right now is Toyota are struggling to sell the BZ4X, which is the bigger brother of this car. In fact, they're selling this new Corolla, which is smaller than the BZ4X, for more money than the BZ4X. Strange. So exactly how much is this new Toyota Corolla BZ3? Well, first of all, it's actually a very similar size to a Tesla Model 3. So it's significantly bigger than a Toyota Corolla, but it's sort of just been marketed that way. So the perception is that that's what it is, but it's not really. It's really more a Tesla Model 3 sized car. So that makes it potentially good value then. Kind of. Now this vehicle, like I said before, was jointly developed by Toyota and BYD, which is actually a good thing. It's probably going to be a much better electric car than the BZ4 as a result. The BZ3 actually began its sort of pre-development stage 3 years ago, and it's finally been released to the market at a price of 190,000 to 220,000 RMB. US dollars starts at 27,400. Top of the range model is 31,800. So that's around about $4,000 cheaper than a Tesla Model 3. Deliveries have now started. Well, essentially started within the next few weeks. They will start. So by the time you're seeing this video, they probably have started. The first 5,000 customers of the BZ3 can get a discount of $290 US and an additional discount of $725 US if they buy within the next couple of months. In addition to that, if you're a previous customer, you can get an additional $1,160 discount, and you also get free maintenance for 10 years or 200,000 kilometers, plus 24-hour free road assistance and a free charging connector. So you get lots of subsidies, lots of freebies, lots of good stuff here that Toyota are throwing in, because basically the electric car scene in China right now is crazy. So what do I mean by China? Well, yes, this is right now a China car. Will Toyota sell it outside of China? Why not? It would make sense to do so, I think. Won't be in the United States, unfortunately, but other countries, there's a good chance they will. How big is it actually? It's 4,725 millimeters long, 1,835 millimeters wide, and 1,475 millimeters tall. Like I said, very similar size to the Model 3. Wheelbase is 2,880 millimeters. And the shape of the car, in my opinion, it's a little bit odd from the side. From the front, looks good. The back, not so great. Unfortunately, Toyota did what most Japanese automakers do, and you probably know this if you follow the Japanese automotive industry for the last 10, 20, 30 years. They bring out a concept. It looks amazing. And you go, wow, this looks sensational. I really want to buy that car. I've done this so many times. Have you seen all the WX, the Subaru WX concepts that they've brought out over the years? You think, whoa, that's the new model. Wow, I want that. And then the actual production version looks nothing like it. Well, I mean, that's not entirely the case with this car. It does have some resemblance to the pre-production models, but really it looks very different. And unfortunately, nowhere near as good as the pre-production model, which I thought looked amazing. Now, what else do we know about it? Well, it's got a central infotainment screen, sort of similar to most cars these days, most EVs anyway, 12.3 inches. And because it was basically built by BYD, or developed by BYD, it uses BYD motors and BYD battery packs. But Toyota are not really convinced about BYD's battery packs. Apparently, they've said they think they're not good enough for Toyota EVs. So I don't know, that's a bit strange to hear that. That may not be true. I'm hoping that it isn't, because I think one of the best parts of a BYD is its battery packs. And in fact, the lithium iron phosphate blade battery in BYD cars is definitely a superior battery pack to the batteries that Toyota use in the BZ4X, which is not made by BYD. So I'm not sure what Toyota are going on about there. but that's the word. So Toyota is saying they want a new battery partner in the future for their future EVs that's not BYD. But I think it's probably more they feel a bit threatened by the fact that BYD is starting to take market share away from them, specifically in China, which is Toyota's biggest market, its most important market. That's where it makes more profit than in any other country. Now, a close second, of course, is the United States. What's the power? What's the performance? Actually, it's pretty good. It's got 180 kilowatt, which is around about 270 horsepower. Torque is 303 newton meters. Top speed, 160 kilometers an hour. That's about 100 miles an hour. And it can go from 0 to 100 kilometers an hour, which is 0 to 62 miles an hour in 7.5 seconds. Battery pack, what's the size? Well, the cheaper model, this is where the value equation starts to go down when you compare this car to the Model 3. The cheaper model has a 49.9 kilowatt hour pack, and the more expensive model, which is actually very closely priced to a Tesla Model 3, basically the same price, has a 65 kilowatt hour pack, basically the same size as the Model 3 battery pack. Range, well, ranges are very unrealistic, 517 to 616 kilometers. Basically, Toyota is saying with the 49.9 kilowatt hour pack, you're going to get 517 kilometers of range. There is no way known in hell you're going to get that kind of range. That's CLTC though, so to be fair, it's not really Toyota's fault. That's just the way they measure them in China. Real world range, you'd be looking at about 400 kilometers for the base model, maybe a little bit less, 500 kilometers for the top spec model. Realistically, probably a pretty similar range for the top spec model versus the Tesla Model 3 standard range, meaning, this is basically priced the same as the Tesla Model 3. You can see why Toyota are offering lots of incentives. Are people going to buy a Toyota Corolla EV made basically by BYD for the same price as a Tesla Model 3? Well, believe it or not, in China, Tesla has a much better brand name for EVs. Toyota is not perceived as being an electric car company, so I don't think it's going to sell that well unless Toyota significantly reduce the price. You never know though, I could be wrong. What are your thoughts on that? Let me know. A Car News China says that Toyota sales in China increased for 6 consecutive years, but they started to decline in 2022. In fact, they've continued to decline in 2023. They're actually down 30% this year in China. Why? Well, Toyota don't sell any compelling EVs, and what they do sell, they sell in very, very small quantities. They don't have a dedicated EV production line at any of their factories anywhere in the world. The sales volume of the purely electric bZ4X, which is Toyota's only EV before this model came along, is, well, it's very, very small. In fact, it's not ranked in the top 70 best-selling electric cars in China, top 70 models. So therefore, Toyota reduced the price enormously. In fact, they reduced the price to $24,000 by, in some areas, and in some places, people say they've reduced the price down to $20,000. Now that's for an SUV. That's an insanely low price. So you can see that demand for Toyota's EVs right now is not great, and they don't make many of them either. So that's going to be a challenge. Many consumers in China, says Car News China, think that instead of buying a Toyota car whose core components are made by BYD, why not just buy a BYD? They say that under the dual pressure of BYD and Tesla, how will Toyota, the world's leading manufacturer of gasoline-powered vehicles, respond? We'll wait and we'll see. Well, it's going to be tough for Toyota. They know that. I think if you don't already know that, you're a little bit delusional. I mean, for example, Toyota have admitted that the Tesla Model Y is an engineering masterpiece, and it's going to take them a number of years to develop a platform that they hope will be similarly as good. But that's many years away. By the time the platform comes out, I'm going to assume that Tesla will have their own newer, better version. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Would you buy this instead of a Tesla Model 3 if they're the same price? Let me know. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.